What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Santa One here in 1 second. Sorry, just had dinner. It was delicious. Today we're going to be taking a look at something I have wanted, but I didn't want to pay the price for it. I got this as a gift from a good friend of mine. You know who you are. They so graciously gave this to me, and I was very, very excited and very happy to receive it, and I still am. I'm just going to review the figure. I'm sure most of the nitpicks have already been gone through, but I'm just here to tell you guys exactly what else happens. But today we're going to be taking a look at Studio Series number 10, Jazz. In terms of packaging, you got the Studio Series logo here, Transformers number 1 right along here, the awesome still shot of Jazz on that side, and then on this side you got Jazz's face, Studio Series 10, and then on this side you've also got Jazz Autobot logo, and on the back you got Jazz and your cross sales with Lockdown, Bumblebee, and Stinger. It says Jazz. Let's see here on the back. It says Autobot Jazz brings all he's got to defeat the Decepticons. Didn't help you during the first movie because you died. So, you know. And also in terms of packaging, it does come with the backdrop, but we will take a look at that at the end of the video. So, without further ado, here is Studio Series Jazz. Now, I like this car. I really do like this car. It's the Pontiac Solstice. It was around for quite a bit, and then they abruptly stopped making them for, I think it was too high a manufacturing cost, something like that. But anyways, I like this car. I mean, it's a good representation of Jazz. I mean, here's the thing. The first figure that came out for Jazz, totally terrible. Articulation was terrible. The arms were very, very not so good, and he couldn't hold on to anything with his hands. It was in this peg underneath a panel. And then you had some parts forming too, but this, I have to say, this is better. And they just used the the kind of like grayish plastic for the entire figure in the car mode. This is actually silver, what it's supposed to look like. Now, here's my one complaint for Hasbro and Takara specifically. You guys did mess up this little dude here. Well, maybe you didn't mess him up, but you know what I'm talking about. And you've been kind of like doing this for the entire Studio Series, and in more recent years, you've been making the Transformers in the deluxe classes way too small. Just way too small. Like, this, I can see if you have the Voyager class figures, this scales perfectly. But with Leader class figures, this does not scale perfectly. But anyways, we'll get more into that in a different video. But for today, right now, we're just going to take a look at Jazz and see how cool it actually looks. Now, in terms of accessories, he does come with his machine gun. I'm probably holding it upside down wrong. Comes with his machine gun. Let's see, it kind of looks pretty cool. And it does store in vehicle mode. There's this hinge. Bring this bit down, and then if you see right on the top there's a little peg in kind of like a hook position. What you do is you take it and you slip it onto the back of the tail wing there, and there you go. Now it looks like Jazz with a satellite dish on the front of him. It's not much, but it's storage, you know. So, anyways, well, let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to the underneath of Jazz and pull out these bits. Just a little, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull out these bits, come on. This side's a bit trickier. Okay, there we go. And just like that. Now, they're like that. And if the arms already haven't done this, they're going to want to untab them. And then you're going to want to grab the tail light and this front wheel bit and pull out and around, out an accordion, like so, like this. Just pull it out like that, and then there you go. You're essentially going to want to make it look like that. Now these can be a bit sticky, a bit hard to pull out. So yeah, do the same on the other side. Then you're going to want to rotate this whole section. Bring out some of the torso, do this, with the waist, and then bring the waist back, and then push it all up like so, so it all clips in on top. Now we can start to clean the figure up. You can take this bit here from the back. You want to take it, bend it down, bring it back, and there's the backpack. Now I'm going to work on the legs. Make sure these pieces are all accordioned out or hinged out. Then you're going to want to take the shin panel, flip it up, then you're going to want to fold down the heel spur on the back, just like so, like that one right there. Just flip it back, and then do the same thing on the other side. Make sure this is all hinged outward nicely. Fold this up. It doesn't tab in, so it's kind of loose, but it's fine. And then, come on. Oh wait, here we go. It would help if I was pulling it the right direction. This piece here come down, and then you have the legs all done. Then you're going to want to pull out his head like so. Take this chest piece. It's upside down right now. You can take it, pull it out, rotate it, and then push it back in. And there you have his chest done. Now with the arms, you're going to want to kind of hinge them outward, and then there's these little bits here. You want to take them and flip out the hands, and do the same thing on the other side. Just gonna flip them out there, and there you have Jazz in his robot mode. Now I dig Jazz's robot mode. I really dig his robot mode. I think it's really cool. Now, some slight nitpicks with this figure. The hands are a bit weird, but there is a cool gimmick you can do with them that I will show you after we get done with this figure's articulation. Now, in terms of articulation being said, his arms do rotate at the up here. They have a little hinge inward, outward joint like that, and you can also hinge them up like that. Arms obviously do a full 360. He's got a ball joint at the elbow, which also will allow you to do some pretty cool stuff with his arms there, which also acts as a bicep swivel. Jobby the Hong, hope you're watching. There is an accordion piece, so you can call it. It's kind of like a double jointed elbow. Let's see if I can get a good picture, if I can get a good shot of this. So right there, you have this bit, and you can use it like so. You know, you can use the ball joint, or you can use the hinge joint. Either way works. No wrist articulation. Head is on a very, very small ball joint, but because this head is not being held up by anything, the head, if you try to move it, it will try to, well, maybe you can do it through, his head's on a ball joint, so it can get a small range of movement. He can look up about that far, you can look down about that far, side to side, 360, the whole thing. Now, there is one, and he does also have some good leg articulation. He can go forward that far, bend at the knee, no bicep swivel. There is a thigh swivel on this one though. Jobby the Hong, are you watching? Thigh swivel right here, yeah. And then beautiful, if you get the arms out of the way, beautiful spread like that. You can get some really cool looking poses, and he's got an ankle joint there, but it looks kind of weird because, I mean, if you're gonna do the whole thing, why not make the whole leg have a pivot? You know, just a small pivot for that, but you know, nothing I can do about that. Now, like I said about that weapon piece, there is something cool that you can do with this. Now, it does come with a handle, like so, and you can totally have Jazz hold it like a pistol, or you could do something like this, and you can fold the hands. You can do it with both of them. You can fold both of the hands inwards, like so, to where he's only got these little pegs out there, and you can take the weapon and you can peg it, you can shove it in. There's this little, here, let me show you. There's this little hole right there, little square hole, and you can totally peg it onto those little nubs right there, and then he's got his more. Now it looks like he's more of a Transformers figure because it's not like it's parts forming, but it kind of is parts forming. But anyways, what you can do this, and it pulls off the look a bit better. It doesn't look like he's just holding a pistol like this, but like with Studio Series Bumblebee, you could remove the arm and you could attach the cannon, so it didn't look like he was holding his cannon. But this, yeah, it pulls off that same look. I'm digging this. Now, like I said, back to the box here. Comes with the backdrop. Comes with the backdrop here. Let's angle this up a bit so we can get him in some cool looking poses in that backdrop. And there you go. There is Studio Series Jazz in his robot mode with the backdrop. And honestly, I don't understand the whole purpose of the backdrop. I mean, I think I understand some of it, like, you know, it's supposed to pull off that cinematic pose, but I don't really think you need the backdrop. I mean, if you're going to display your figure, you're going to display it with a bunch of other ones, not just one single photo here. Like, I really wish they would make a giant backdrop so that you could have all of your figures standing there. I mean, it would be nice, but hey, I'm not Hasbro, nor am I Takara, so I am very excited to have this piece in my collection, though, because I've thought about buying it for a long time, and then I was like, another day, a different day, I'll get it another day. I'm not going to cry about it if I don't get it today. But I got this piece for my birthday, and I was very happy about that. So, anyways, thank you for watching. This is Tom Sano One saying don't forget to leave a comment on this video, drop a like on it as well. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and you can also, what I'm thinking of doing is leave me a request of what Transformer you want to see me do next, because I do like the Studio Series line. I think it's great. The next two Studio Series figures I will be buying will be that Voyager class Bone Crusher and that Leader class Megatron. Like I said, well, maybe I don't know if I said this, but I have a Leader class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime and Leader Jetfire, so I'm not going to buy the Voyager class Optimus Prime and the Leader class Jetfire from the Studio Series line. It's not something I'd really need. So, anyways, drop a like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Goodbye.